Yo, what up? Welcome to YOGICK, the magical art of yoga. Family calls me Gadu. In this video, I'd like to quickly explore the Merkaba. I was actually called, literally got a phone call to share a little bit about it. And so after you watch this, if you're interested, then I can share the shorter version of a meditation that is used to activate the Merkaba. The one that is described by Drunvalo Mechizedek in the Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life. The idea is the Merkaba is a chariot, is what the word means, and then it can also be interpreted as being a vehicle for interdimensional travel. Some people say that the two interlocking triangles that are found in a lot of different spiritual traditions are actually alluding to the star tetrahedron that makes up the Merkaba. So the Merkaba is actually three interlocking star tetrahedrons, one spinning to the right, one spinning to the left, and one staying stationary. That's how we see it depicted. There's some other different parts. A sphere that encompasses it, a sphere that's just about the size of a grapefruit, that's just in front of your spine, behind the belly button, a tube of light in front of your spine, and then gets like as thin as a hair going infinitely up and infinitely down. And then there's also, I guess it would be a circle. It's almost flat, more like a saucer that sits at about the belly button or the waist and goes out to usually about 35 feet. So the idea of this vehicle, as described by Drunvalo Mechizedek in the Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, is that this vehicle is actually activated when somebody ascends and gains the ability to travel. Then the vehicle comes next. So basically the feminine or the intuitive way of activating the Merkaba would be going through the heart. Based on that, the Merkaba would activate itself. I guess the guidance that he received was based on how masculine or logical heavy our thinking is at this time and place. Then it would be okay to teach the activation of the Merkaba via just telling you how to activate the Merkaba, and then the heart part could go after that as a result. It's about 17 plus 1 breaths, followed by, he recommends 15 minutes of meditation afterwards. Now, the interesting part about this meditation is it involves so many different aspects of the self. There's mudras involved. There's a visualization of all those different parts and when you move them, when you activate them, when they come into being, what colors they are. And then there's also an emotional component that comes with it, including what emotion to focus on at what time. And on top of that, typical to most meditation practices is a certain kind of breath work that is done. And so as you practice this, it goes into different levels, and there's different aspects that you work on. And after a while, there's some parts that you can do away with that will become more automatic. And as he describes it, after practicing it for a certain amount of time, you don't actually need to do it consciously, that you'll become a conscious breather anyway. And then as long as you remember your Merkaba every day, if you find yourself forgetting, that means it's time to start doing the practice again. However, as long as you remember it at least once a day, at that point you're doing fine. It's a bit similar to what some people say about looking at the sun, where you can charge up over a certain amount of time and then the activation becomes quicker. So if you'd like to hear more about that, then I will make that meditation available soon. And there's plenty of other places that you can look up to check that out. Stay well.